up on losing you over complications. Gone too soon. Wait, we was just hanging.
Hey.
I can't seem to hold on.
This is pretty cool, right?
Dang.
This is kind of this is intimate, a little even more intimate than First Avenue, I think. This is it. This is pretty dope. You got front row seats, God. What's up? Dabbed on. Cool, man. Good vibes, man. We can bring that down. We can bring that down. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for my homie Mac Miller, please. This is it, man. Bruh.
Hello.
This is a long time coming, man. This is dope.
I know. Yeah, man.
Does this type of stuff ever get old to you, man?
Not old. It doesn't get old. Nothing gets old. I'm horrible at public speaking.
Oh, really?
I swear to God. I'm just like that. I'm so. Thank you. You've never heard me like try and address people in a room. It's like I can like perform for like 100,000 people. That's fine. But this many people in a room, I'm like.
No, I got you. No worries, man.
Starbucks in the building. No, I don't know. Yeah. But hey, man, we can have a conversation. Now
Most definitely. We
hang
here.
out.
We got
I'm
a
good.
great, amazing concert that you guys are going into tonight. That's going to be very, very cool. I was talking to him earlier. I was like, you could have taken it to Myth. You could have done low-key Target Center. And the ticket to First Avenue is, man.
Target Center is I appreciate the thought.
I feel like you.
I mean, maybe, but
The humility is on 10 right now.
but no, but First Ave is so dope, and I think I was talking to my homie yesterday, and he was like, he remembered a moment in time, because I don't remember a show I ever did.
Really?
I don't. I mean, I do, but I really don't remember where I've been.
Yeah.
And my homie was like, there was a time we played this venue before that was like a really positive time in life.
Okay.
So that's good news.
Very good. So we're revisiting something amazing.
Right. I mean, and also, like, it seemed the most right to come to First Ave at this time.
After Prince.
Right. You know what I mean?
And you were at Paisley Park yesterday?
Yeah, I went to Paisley Park yesterday. Greatest thing I've ever done in my whole entire life.
Were really incredible.
Like my life is changed.
And you went into we were talking about before. You went into like the console and like in where like the mics were and like the recording area.
Yeah, I got a couple little VIP things, but
okay.
But what happened is so they give us a tour, and I'm freaking out. You mean like
it's Prince's
like
spot?
Freaking out and trying to keep it cool, in there, and then we finish the tour, and there's like the merch part, and I'm like, yo, is it cool if can someone take me back to the studio by myself so I can just get like a moment in there? Because it's like the energy in that room is crazy, dude.
Wow.
Like, you mean it's like you can feel the life in there. You can, like, the energy that people left in that room. So I was like, I need to just like get some of that. And it was funny because when we were in there, he was like telling us all of like stuff about who was in the room, blah, 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 blah. And we're just all trying to see what equipment's in there so we can like
trying to eyeball the spec.
Hold up.
What's he using?
What's he using? Okay, he got it. Okay, what's that piano? So we're trying to get
the secrets to the
I'm like, whatever, man. Hold on, what is that? But the dude was like really cool, and he brings me back in, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna give you a moment, and I was like, okay, word. Which was amazing. Like, he gave me, so I like just sat down in the middle of the live room and just was like sitting there for a while, and then he left and walked back, and I was still sitting there, and he was like, he kind of realized at that moment how big that was for me, and then he had showed me some other stuff. So whenever they open that up, or whenever it's open, I highly suggest everyone goes.
Yeah, I'm making a trip over there,
dude. It's like, that's one of the coolest thing ever, because it's a beautiful building, and also like forever kids are going to be able to learn about Prince as he would have wanted you to learn.
Was he a big deal of like for you as an artist?
For sure, 100%. Because for me, he's like like what, as somebody who just did everything themselves, and like didn't take shortcuts and just trusted wholeheartedly in their vision, and just what he gave to creation as a whole. That was like the main thing that inspired me. Is just like that man lived for creating music.
Yes.
It's not necessarily like we ever hear anything, but just for the sole purpose of pushing that envelope and seeing what he can do. And it's like very inspiring, because that's something in itself. You know, I have like thousands of songs that no one hears, because that's kind of, I do it for that, you know, not, I mean, if you guys like a song, that's awesome. I really do like that.
But there's thousands of songs that you've made that you haven't even released, or
yeah,
really,
dude. I mean, I made 3 last night.
That's dope.
For like, cause I drove direct. Like after we left Paisley Park, I was like, I need to go directly to the studio, and so we're like having this really quiet drive to the studio, and it's like very serious and kind of somber, and I'm like, you know, just get there, and I'm like, okay, I need to play like every single instrument because I just left Prince's house. It's like, you know.
Do everything, get involved, man.
Yeah, let me move my mic up so I'm not like looking.
No,
down.
we got it though. Like I'm like right here with it. It's kind of bassy, you know. But when I hear the new project and the kind of you've really almost stepped out of this whatever comfort zone we could even call, and this amazing Divine Feminine is. It's very Larry Lovestein, but with a purpose. Like,
yeah, man. If anyone knows Larry Lovestein in here, shout out to you guys. If you don't,
you know what it is.
If you don't, that was kind of the purpose of Larry Lovestein. So tight.
I asked him earlier. I was like, was Larry Lovestein a warm up and like a test run for a project like the Divine Feminine, where he was singing more than he was rapping, or a lot of singing, which you're really good at, like decent, man. You know.
You know what? It was definitely, because I have that, like, I don't know, like I record so much that I like to use my voice in as many ways as possible. And you get terrified because people come to know you for something, and you're good at something, and they like you for something.
Right.
And sometimes you throw something different, and they're like, what the heck, what is this?
This is not what we want. Right. We want the rapping.
Yeah, exactly. Like, where are the bars? Where are the bars? Yeah. And which is the greatest question ever. Like, where are the bars?
Where are the bars? Yeah. Like, he got him.
Give me a second. Hold on. I'll find them for you.
What's that?
But like, there's just so many things, different things to do with the voice. So it was kind of growing up a little bit and realizing that, like, good and bad, right? When you're speaking about, we were just having this conversation last night. Good and bad when you're speaking about music doesn't really exist, right?
Right.
Because depending on who you ask, you get a different answer. And I was talking about certain artists that maybe I don't like, right?
Okay.
But I can't call them bad,
right?
Because so many people like them. So they're not bad, they're just not for me.
Right.
So what I had to realize with my voice, there's a point to this. What I had to realize with my voice is that, like, yes, maybe I'm not gonna go like and hit the wild run that's like some people can do, but it's me. So, you know, it's not necessarily about a classically trained good singing voice. Is that I have what I would call a somewhat good sense of melody.
I think that's fair to say. I think you got that.
And there's certain emotions that I can only get onto a record with singing that rapping just won't do. So like that excites me to be able to do as much of my voice as possible. And it's like it's kind of like opening a room that you've never been in, and there's all these new toys to play with, and you've been playing with these all your whole life, and then you realize like, oh my God, I could play with these too.
Were you excited to see the success of the Divine Feminine because it was a stab in a new direction?
Yeah, but especially it's all been kind of crazy and mildly uncomfortable because
It's real though. It's real.
because like this was like I made this project Larry Love Scene that was like a secret jazz lounge singing project.
Very funky.
This was supposed to be a side project, right? So like the bigger it gets, it's like I didn't know if I was ready yet, but like someone just pushed me into the pool. So like I'm swimming now and we're here and it's kind of like going with it, you know? And now I have to like sing on stage and I'm like
Yeah, you got to watch it. It's different than rapping.
yes, yeah, like cuz this thing is like this happened like last, cuz I don't do anything that's too out of my vocal range, but like last night I think my voice cracked while I was trying to hit a note or like 2 days ago, and it was like it's so much more embarrassing. Like when you forget a word when you're rapping, you can kind of just play it off like you don't care, and that
freestyle a little
or like
bit.
or like another good trick, because I forget lyrics all the time. Another good trick is to like pretend that you want someone in the crowd to sing. So like so like if I'm on stage and I'm like looking at you like, it's because I'm like, you do it, I don't know. Like,
It's a great cover.
But with singing, like when you miss, everyone's like, ooh. Like, yeah. Ooh.
Disappointing.
Yeah,
A little bit.
But you know, you got to go for it.
That's cool, man. We have some cool questions from these beautiful people out here.
Yeah, man. It's a good vibe in here.
Yeah,
Good
all
vibe.
love,
I
man.
like
Twin
it.
Cities, man. All love.
Yeah.
Man. So this is some cool stuff. This is Allie Hornseth. Is Allie's in the building.
Hello,
Hi, Allie. How you doing?
Allie.
She said, I teach high school health. Do you have any words or advice of wisdom for my students or teenagers in general? A broad question from Allie. We're setting it off deep. You know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, for high school kids,
Best piece of advice you could give to a young Mac Miller. I used to talk to Mac. Look, this is real. When he was in high school, around High Life, and I was stalking him because I was like, this guy's gonna be somebody. I know he's got it. And I remember he's like, dude, I'm in class. I gotta call you back, man. And
yeah,
like,
this
talk
is
to him
true.
when I used to talk to him in high school back in the day. So, what advice would have you given young Mac Miller?
So much. But like for high school kids, I would say that all the things, because I'm trying to think of what my mindset was, and basically it would be that everything that I thought was good for me, or everything that I was told was like good for me health-wise, right? We're talking about health here.
Yeah.
I thought was stupid, right? Like
Right.
that was the thing. Is
Yeah.
I was like, oh, who needs that? That's stupid. I'm cool in high school. Like, but it's really, there's a reason. So like I would, like taking care of your body is one of the most important things for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And your whole entire everyday. And I wish in high school I would have known how simple everything that I thought was so complicated is, because I was wrapped up in what girls like me, and if I would have just known to have a banana at breakfast,
Drink some water. You know what I mean? Like
but that,
drink a little water.
it's like way
you know?
better. Like that.
Yes,
Like
yes.
feeling good. It's all like mind, body, and spirit. All starts with what you put into your body. So the less poison and more positive that you put in, the more positive. Well, that's a good slogan.
That's solid, right?
Less poison, more positive. That's
Yeah,
nice.
send
Trademark.
less poison, more positive.
That's
Eat a
nice.
banana for
That's
breakfast.
nice.
Okay, that's what it is. All right, so Anthony Markgraf, Ants in the front. While you build your brand, what challenges have you had to overcome being an artist in such a demanding industry, especially with people who want new stuff every single day?
I like these questions, man. They're nice.
Thoughtful.
Okay, hold on. If I look uncomfortable at all, it's because there's like a burp 20 minutes away, and I'm
It's brewing right now.
trying to figure out when it's coming. But Okay, wait. Could you just repeat the
All
question
right,
one
so
more
basically,
time?
being an industry that's so demanding and they want new heat every day, they want you to top yourself.
Right.
Give me another 100 grandkids today, tomorrow, and the next day. How do you assess that challenge?
Yeah. You know what is, this is the thing, is in today's day and age, this is a conversation we have a lot actually, is that it kind of sucks because there's so much you can do, right? Which is annoying. Like, if you think about it, because I want to live my life, right? That's number one on my list of priorities, right? Like, tied with music, but like living my life, right? So like, when every day I could Snapchat, I could Instagram, I could be doing all of these things, and then like, not only that, then you have to also shape it in a way that makes the narrative make sense for who you want to portray yourself as, because just being a human being is not enough, because it doesn't tell enough of a story, right? And then not only that, but then people like to take that, and then you might get the wrong message across. It's very challenging. You know what I mean? So what I've realized is the less I talk, the happier I am.
Facts.
Because
Yeah, that's cool.
Because it's kind of like, you know, it's a world of headlines. You know what I mean? So like you're talking, and then all of a sudden you become the guy that said this. That means you're this. And so like for me, I am realizing more and more and more that when I'm speaking to people, it should be through music, and every now and then something cool like this, but like not overextending myself to try and brand myself, and to try and just making it as most me as possible. But I also have ADD, and I be a different thing every single year, so who knows? You know what I mean?
Right.
Next year I might be dark and mysterious. The year after that I might be, hey, you know what I mean? Like, who knows?
You really never know.
Right.
All right, Sheila, if she up front doing it, if you could have any other profession besides being a musician, what would it be?
I would work with kids, like either be like a teacher or a counselor in some way, you know, because I wanted to be a camp counselor. I always really wanted to, because I went to camp. Right. And the counselors were so cool. You know what I mean? Like, man, you guys are cool. Like, we have to go to bed and you guys hang out and talk. But like before I got the chance to be a counselor, I got famous. So like I could.
It was too late.
And it's all done. No, it's like
well, it's a nice trade-off.
Start crying.
You know what I mean? Maybe one day.
But no, but like I always, you know, it's like I would love to just work with kids and you know, inspire them on like just regular day-to-day things, not like with music.
Here's a side question. When do you think you actually became famous? Because I know the difference between being like, you know, little local, couple people know you on the internet, to like legit famous. What was the age, you think?
Here's that burp I was talking about.
Here come.
Okay.
Let it rip.
The legitimate famous switch, there's like this one moment in time I attest to, I think about, which was when like right after Kids dropped. Because like, yeah, like when like I was 18 and 17, like I had music out and I'd be in New York, and every now and then people would recognize me, and that's when I was like still at the point where I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. You know what I mean? Like if you would have known me then, and you would have seen me on the street, and you would have said like, yo, are you Mac Miller? Like, I'm not a dick now, but like, sorry if I can't say that.
You can.
Okay. But like at that point, like we would have went to lunch.
Yeah,
like,
I feel it.
Like, oh, word. You know, and there would have been some part of me that was like, oh wait, no, just act cool. That's what you're supposed to do. Like,
right.
Yeah, man. That's like, but I think a moment I really is like, we had this show in Cleveland at the Grog Shop.
I'm hip. I've been there. We lived in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Great show.
Dude, crazy.
Great spot.
It was literally 3 days after Kids came out, and I was like I sold out. And the moment I always is like, is the dressing room. You had to get through
Yeah.
the crowd
Yeah.
to get there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, which now is like a whoa.
No
But
way.
like at that point, it's like, you know, yeah, walk through whatever.
Right.
But I like get off stage and everyone knows the words. And some dude popped up, like, and was like, started screaming in my face, like, "Oh my God, Mac Miller!" And then Q.
Yeah.
And at that, like, we didn't have security, we didn't have everything. I don't know if anyone knows my homie Q,
Yeah.
but he's not like he's like my size. And
Yeah.
and he like jumped in front of him and was like said a lot of words I don't know if I can say.
Obscenities,
Just
right.
like, yeah, it was just like, get it back. And I was like, whoa, like, my life is this. You know what I mean? Like, that was like a moment where I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, there's like where you have to control a group of people so you can get to the dressing room. That's when I realized that, like, I was famous.
That's cool.
Yeah, that I guess that kind of works.
Yeah, that was the moment.
That
you were
was
about 20, about
for
8,
me.
19, 20
I was
years
like
old?
19, and it was just
Yeah.
like I was on tour, and people knew my words, and I was like where people look at you and they're like, you know, that's where like fame.
You can see it in their
You can
eyes.
see it where
Yeah.
people want to chase you to your dressing room. You know what I mean? Like it's a different type of thing. It's like
Not like, oh, you're cool, nice, like your
Right.
song to like,
right, because I always say, just quick little piece of advice. I always say, like, if you see me in the street, like
yeah.
the worst question you can ever ask
Pay attention.
is wait, hold on. This is what people do. Is oh yeah. And when people come up and they're like, "What's your name?" Because then that's like a deep loaded question that we got to go into. Like, well, I'm like Malcolm,
Yeah.
and they're like, "No, it's not." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is."
Yeah. Right.
But also, I always say, like, if it's not something you would ask someone that you saw in, like, a high school friend that you went to high school with, that's how I want to be treated.
Yeah.
Like, you recognize me from high school.
Yeah.
That makes me feel
Yo, what
proud.
up, Mac?
Oh, my. Like, how? Oh, my. Like,
Yeah, oh
what
my.
people-
That's a good way to do it.
Oh
Remember that.
my.
I feel like she's an oh my type. You could do that. You
Like,
could- oh my.
Oh,
yeah.
my.
I don't know
How
about
you
these guys.
been?
I don't know about these guys.
But yeah, but like the whole like awkward like running like what's your name and really aggressive. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah.
which one do you want? Yeah, like,
The other day, I was walking to a club, and I was walking across the street, and I'm by no means famous, and the guy looked at me and goes, Tony Fly. And I was like, nope. Kept
Yeah.
walking.
I
That's
mean,
another DJ in the market.
I love when people get my name
Nope.
wrong. Like I love when people.
It was
think,
funny. I thought it was
when
I got a kick
people
out of
think
it.
I'm Macklemore is my favorite thing. People be like Macklemore, and I'm like, yeah. No, I'm like, yeah, man. For sure I am. You know it.
All right. There's a good follow-up from Kayla in Plymouth. Where's Kayla at? There she go. What's the weirdest thing a fan has ever done to you?
Oh, this is a great segue.
Yeah.
Wow.
Perfect question.
Okay, I don't know, but I will say, like, this was I'll give you an incredible one. Cause like weird, like what's weird, you know? Like where,
Right.
like, you know what I mean? Like what is actually weird? I don't know. Technically it's weird to have, like, all of it is weird in its own way. But
It is.
let's just go with something incredible. In St. Louis, this girl got on stage, right? And usually when people get on stage, it's like that's their moment. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they do something crazy. You know, it's like girls tried to kiss me. Like there's someone that just gives me a like run up and scream, dance, take their shirt off, like all types of things. But this girl got on stage and it was the most amazing thing because I'm like at the mic stand just still singing, and she just walks up to me slowly and gives me just a tender hug. Like it was so nice. Like it like almost like I don't know, like a family member. Like it wasn't anything. It was just very like nice and familiar and just like it's okay. Like
That's really cool.
It was like an awe moment for me, and then I was like, oh wow, that's really nice. I mean, I think she probably got kicked out after that, which sucks, but like
yeah. But she had a super dope
but
moment.
that was a cool moment. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
very
Like
cool.
I didn't kick her out. I would have been. It was like applaud to you. Like you didn't even get in the way of the song.
Came by, a loving
Like
embrace.
yeah, I was like in mid song, and I'm like da 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 da. Yeah.
That's cool, man. Speaking of songs, do you have a personal favorite right now?
This is yeah. I like. Well, it's always new stuff. You know what I mean? Like you always like the new stuff better than you like the old stuff. There's certain songs like Best Day Ever is like an old song that I'll always love forever because it just
amazing.
has a feeling and it like almost makes me cry sometimes on stage when it's like a very like it's a moment. I like tear jerkers, man. Like I want to cry. I like give me those movies. Make me like sitting there crying and have people look at me like, whoa, that's me. But right now, it changes all the time. And right now, I think my favorite song, like it becomes what's my favorite song to perform because I'm on tour. And it's surprising, but it's like mine is God Is Fair, Sexy Nasty, the joint with Kendrick on the album.
Man.
Because it's like such a dynamic song with so many different layers and so many different places. And the best part about performing it is like I've been doing shows for like 6 years now.
Dope.
Veteran.
The
I'm
OG.
so old. You know what I mean? But the point of my shows was always like jump around, have a good time, everyone go crazy, get sweaty, lose a shoe. But like now, but now it's that song is a moment where it's like stop.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Which is like a big thing for me in life right now is just being still. You know what I mean? Like that's very important to me in life is the ability to be still because I think this is great, but you're not thinking about it, and that's very nice sometimes not to think, but like to be still and actually take a moment and think about what you're doing here, why you're here.
Yeah.
Not to get all deep and spiritual, but for real, it's really nice. So that's my favorite song to perform because it's like, you know.
No, I heard there was a cool story with that song too. That Kendrick was out on Jimmy Fallon, and you guys linked up, and he just we'll talk about how that song came together. It's really cool.
Yeah, well, it's funny because the first time Kendrick and I made it, like was crazy, man. First time. There's a moment in time where Kendrick Lamar opened up for me on tour. That happened.
It's pretty cool, though. It's pretty cool.
So did I put him
pretty
on?
Cool.
Yeah, for sure I did.
It's pretty cool, you know what I mean?
But no. But I'm saying like so the first time we did a song together, I feel like I'm gonna be an old man. And I'm gonna be like, one time Kendrick Lamar opened up for me on tour.
Yeah.
But so like when we did a song all the way back then, and he like sent a verse over email and. It was cool, and I like wanted to do another song, but I've always been waiting for the right moment and the right kind of song, because everyone always gets Kendrick, and they're like, ooh, like I want him to rap really well for a long amount of time. You know, that's what everyone wants.
Yeah.
But he does so much more than that, and he's like, he's brilliant, so like I wanted to get him on something different. And what's funny is I tend to ramble, so I'm sorry if like this has nothing to do with it. But what's funny is I was working on this album and like nobody knew about it, and he had FaceTimed me before he was coming to New York, and he was telling me, he's like, yo man, he's like, if you don't start singing more, like like I'm gonna start singing, and then you're gonna be mad because I'm gonna do it, and then you can't do it.
Okay.
And I was like, whoa, well. Funny you mention it. I got this whole album. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm actually working on something
Great
like that
segue,
right now.
right.
Yeah. So I was like, just stop through near New York. And he comes from Fallon and stops by the studio. And I play him Dang. And then I play him this other joint that I play him Dang. And I had this joint that I did with Metro. boom, and that's like some real, some
Yeah.
hard stuff.
Yeah, go
Because
for it.
I was working on those two simultaneously. There was a love album and there was a really hard album that I was going to release as a double album.
Ooh.
It was going to be a one-person speaker box, Love Below, but I decided to focus a little more.
Okay.
Anyways,
Okay.
oh, and he listened dang like, yo, this is it. That's it.
Yeah.
So he was about to leave the studio. After hanging out, I had played him the God is Fair beat. He was like, email to me, and I was like, man,
Come on, man.
not gonna happen. Kendrick. He was like, can I do these drops before I leave? Like, real quick, I need to do these drops for someone. Drops are sometimes like you go, for everyone who doesn't know, it's like you go up into the, and say like, yo, what's up, Mac Miller? I'm hanging out here right now with Peter Parker and we rocking. Here's my new song. Dang, check it out. And then my song will play, right? But
You guys heard that before. You know what
right,
yeah.
that's like what a drop is.
We call it a drop.
Right now everyone's like, we all know what a drop is. Like, what are you talking
Yeah.
But so he had to go do some of those, and before he walked out of the, like I was recording him, and before he finished up, he had like the headphones on. I was like, I told the engineer just to like put the beat on the Pro Tools, like just load it up. So he's walking out and I'm like, yo, like leaving with his headphones on, and I play the beat. And like just knowing that when you're like invested in music like that, when you hear something, like you go somewhere. So like he was literally walking out and heard the beat, and it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, and he got right into creation mode. So I
Yeah.
kind of like forced him to do it right
You tricked
then.
him. You tricked him to do it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's like when you hear music, like I always tell people, if you're speaking to me and we're having a conversation, do not have music playing.
Yeah.
Like I can't do, like if there's a beat playing, you're saying something to me like, hey man, so I was just talking, I was wondering, and in my head it's like, you know what I mean? I'm thinking,
Yeah.
so I literally can't focus.
Yeah.
So I figured that he would be the same. So.
And tricked him and got it.
Got him.
It's amazing. Gotcha, Kendrick. That's cool. All right, here's another one from Sam, South Minneapolis. Sosa. What's the farthest you've ever traveled away from home?
Now I might have to be corrected because geography wasn't. But I'm gonna ask you guys. That's better. Someone here probably. Which one's further? I'm gonna sound like an idiot. Or maybe I won't. Maybe they'll be the exact same distance away, and that'll be nice. Is South Africa or Japan further away?
Where do you live? You live in LA, right?
Wait,
Or Pittsburgh?
what
right?
was the question?
the farthest you've ever traveled from home?
From,
From the Berg.
do you mean just like by
I would say airplane.
air, for, like furthest, like where I've gone?
Yeah, in the world.
Okay,
Japan.
so I was, yeah.
Japan.
You guys freaked me out.
Thank you very much for that. My geography is off as well.
Japan is further. That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to say South Africa because it was more recent, but Japan was the furthest, and it was awesome because I was. That was an amazing trip. I went to this festival called Semisonic, and I went to this like rock and roll bar after with Group Love. They're like good friends of mine. I love those people, man. Like Hannah and Christian are like we have a very special bond. I actually might, never mind, but we're very close. And Green Day was there, and no one cared about me at all because it was a rock and roll bar, and no one
Yeah.
knew who I was. So I was taking pictures of people for Group Love and watching Green Day be there, which was cool. And Green Day was wild. But yeah,
Cool.
Japan's amazing.
Uh,
Nothing weird happened in Japan.
That's it. Okay.
Trust me, it was completely normal.
Back early in the early days, I knew. I remember you being a really a Big L fan.
Yeah, for sure.
Who's your biggest inspiration as an MC?
Andre 3000.
Yeah.
for sure.
That's cool to see the growth though, because I remember it was Big L.
Yeah,
and the bars and the
right, for
punchlines.
sure. I mean, because I was such a grimy hip hop dude
Yeah.
when I was 15. Like that's all I wanted. It was
Yeah.
like, just like
You
you know
used
what I
to
mean?
put
Like,
out freestyles sitting in front of the computer. They're
Right.
all off the internet now.
Yeah.
I've looked for them. You know what I mean? But you
Yeah,
just
they're
rapping in front of
definitely
them.
there.
They're all gone. Yeah.
well, but there's like 1 or 2 remaining. But I
cool.
had this series called Blowed with a Rhyme Book I used to do, where I would just rap into the YouTube camera. I guess I was a vlogger. That's
Yeah,
cool.
early OG.
I
yeah.
had a vlog.
Yeah.
But yeah, but this is the thing is that like I think at that time all I wanted to do was ever like rap because and just drop bars and I wasn't focused on like any type of my DNA, real like who I am as a human being on a
Right.
record. Because I'm 15, 16, no one likes who they are at 15 and 16.
Trying to be cool.
I mean, for the most part,
Right.
like
It's
everyone's
a confusing stage.
It's a very confusing part of life. You know, you're like this is what's cool, this is what's not cool. I'd rather do what's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, anything that wasn't, you know, I rap better than you. I was like, nah, don't need it. Like, oh, that's on the radio, stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was that kid, like where I thought kids was too mainstream when I made it.
Yeah,
I was
right,
like,
right.
I was like, man, this is too mainstream. But I texted.
I know some people like that still.
Yeah, no, for sure. But like, but I Andre 3000 because he was actually the first. It's the first rap album I ever got was Aquemini.
Yeah.
Which is, and then Andre just, there's no limitations on what he can or can't do. There's, you know what I mean? It's like, that's what inspires me now. It's just like lack of any type of line or any type of like, you know, it's music. We don't have rules. You know what I mean? This is why we're here. Like, music becoming based on what you think is cool sucks. You know what I mean? Like being worried about being cool all the time is a lot. There's a lot of people that don't do things because it's like, oh, that's not cool. Like, it would be way more. I was one of those people that sometimes, you know, there was a time where I was like, I'm just never gonna show my face because that way I'll be cooler. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't matter. Like, I kind of put myself out there, and I'm either cool or lame. It's whatever.
But to hear the evolution of your music and to say Andre, it makes a lot of sense because now it's singing, it's harmonizing, it's very musical, man.
I know. I'm so excited because it's just like I just got into this new playroom, so I'm excited
it's really
to see
cool.
what's in there.
We have this really cool thing going on at the company, this Go Vote MN. We're really encouraging young people to get out this year and vote. Do you have any thoughts on voting on this upcoming election? We call this a softball, ladies and gentlemen, okay?
Yeah. Well, this is my thought, is that who knows what's real, what isn't, like, because that's always the question been for me, like, oh, you know, like if voting mattered, they wouldn't let you do it, blah, 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 right? Yeah. But at this election, it doesn't matter what you think, you have to vote anyways out of pure survival of the possibility of there being any chance that it might be real that Donald Trump could possibly be the president.
A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just...
You gotta get out there.
That's just kind of what my thought on this one is.
Do you regret making the song Donald Trump?
I don't regret the song.
Right.
Do I perform it? No.
I was going to ask that next.
Sorry, everybody.
I played it last week on the radio. I'm like, he made the title of this one.
Yeah.
At the time, though, when it came out, it still is an incredible record.
I mean, a lot of people's, yes.
It's a dope record.
It is, but it's funny. I don't know. To be honest with you, like completely honest, Donald Trump running for president has also been a way to just stop performing. I'm just really sick of performing that song. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like I'm sorry if you like it. Like it's a great song, but I just like when it comes on, like when it comes on and I'm on stage, it doesn't give me that same feeling that it once did. So I just stopped faking it. Because I don't want to be up there pretending I'm, you know what I mean? Like, that sucks. Like, you don't want to come to see me, like, you pay money to see me and it's me pretending that I'm into something that I'm not just because I think it's what you want to see. No. I mean, so, the whole Donald Trump running for president thing gave me an out. I was like, don't have to perform this anymore.
It's good.
It's
That's
like,
cool. But nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I mean, it was just more of a reason not to, you know.
Nah, man, we've been watching you. All of us have been watching, following your career. You seem to be in an amazing personal space, in good health, great spirits, great album.
Banana in the morning. You know
Get right, you know.
Little potassium.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Mac Miller.
Thank you,
the man. Tonight, First Avenue, bruh.
Yeah, First Avenue. Wow, you know what's crazy is that like usually at these things, these types of things, I'm like very like okay, like ready to go. I'm just kicking it.
I know. I felt him get into the vibe.
I'm like
we could talk.
Like you were like okay, time to go, and I was like, oh really? All right. But tight. So
yeah, man. Thank you guys for coming out and listening and supporting music like this. We support this music because we know that you guys love it, and it's awesome to see all of this come together.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Man.
Thank you, everyone.
I know this guy for a minute, man. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. I put a tweet out back in the day. I'm gonna put this tweet out. I said, if Nas was a white kid from the suburbs of Pittsburgh, he'd be Mac Miller.
I'm not from the suburbs, though.
I know, I was wrong. I didn't even know him then. You know what I mean? I just assumed because I look at...
I'm not from the suburbs!
I made it...
Not that there's anything wrong with being from the suburbs if you are.
It was me profiling him.
People just figured that because I'm white, that Caucasian I must not be from the city.
Right.
But yeah, you did. You did believe early.
And I did. And to see you at this point, proud of you, bro.
Thank you, man.
It's amazing.
I'm finally at a point where I feel like I'm proud of me too. So
it's a good thing.
Hell yeah.
It's love, brother. It's love.